Hello friends, and welcome to the Saitama Stacker channel. Hey, Wolfpack, pretty awesome day. Some really cool things happened this morning. Was able to catch up with the dev team during the AMA, not in person, of course, but just joining the stream. And we'll get into that a little bit today. I thought some awesome things came out of that. Also, if you're brand new here and just visiting the channel for the first time, welcome. And please know these videos are not made for financial advice, but rather to help build the community and create a conversation around the Saitama token. So please do your own due diligence before you invest, and I wish you the best of luck. Let's see here, friends. Before we get into our fundamentals, I want to just chat a little bit about what's going on out there in the world today. So this morning, a big stream happened. They're doing these every Friday, an AMA with the developers. And lots of people were on, and people who I hadn't had a chance to see before. We had the real Saitama Queen, who I understand is connected to Russ in terms of just their relationship. And she's doing some amazing things for the team, keeping everybody organized. It was cool to get to know her a little bit better. Manpreet was there. And I mean, it was a huge stream, lots of information, but I'm going to give you some of my key takeaways from that as we get a little deeper into this today. Before we do that, let's just go over the fundamentals and see what's going on with Saitama today. So first of all, let's address price, because that's an easy one. We're back with a little bit of green on the screen, and we all love to see that, up 13.3% today. It's always a little easier when the price is going up, but the price is going to go up and the price is going to go down. So we have to know why we're investing and, and where we stand in terms of how we feel about this project from a long-term perspective. So it is nice, though, to see a little bit of positive price action. Some of the other fundamentals are interesting today in terms of just their volumes, and we'll take a look at those next. So I always like to use the information directly from SaitamaToken.com. This is the official Saitama website. Lots of great information here for people. If you're a first-time watcher of this program, I would absolutely recommend that you jump on here, take a look at what's going on. They talk about the dev team. They talk about the token and how it works, the tokenomics, how you can buy it. All of that information is right here. And then there's some great links to the community in terms of ways that you can be a part of the community and get some additional information and outreach. Holders today, 55,894, so we're pushing right up on 56,000. The volume of trading in the last 24 hours, 14,287,000, so pretty decent volume, especially considering I'm probably about 4.5 to 5 hours ahead of where I recorded yesterday, so this hasn't been quite a 24-hour time frame. But got some family things going on this weekend, and I'm going to use my lo-fi recording system because the place I'm going to with the family has slower internet, and if I use my new tools, it's going to take me forever to try to push the videos out. So market cap, $1,231,000,000. So where does that compare to what's been going on recently? Let's take a look. So 55,894 holders is an increase of 613. Again, another 5 hours to let this bake from where I recorded yesterday, and it might be in line with that 1,000. We are seeing a slight pullback in the number of holders per day, and there was a lot of excitement a few days ago. We had that massive run up. It's starting to consolidate a little bit and pull back, but I don't have any doubts whatsoever that this is going to continue to build. Market cap up about 50 million, it looks like, from yesterday. So that's a nice little bump. The price is coming up. And the volume, again, pretty solid at 14 million. If you could see where this volume was, guys, look just back a week, 2 weeks ago, this would have been a top day. So these are nice heavy volume days. The burn continues, and we're have burned about a third now of that next percent to get us up to the 56% burn. The burn is great if you're new to the token, because the less tokens there are, the more positive price action we should have. So ranking still hanging in there, about 27.48. All right, let's jump back into talking about some of the recent goings And mostly I'm going to talk about this, but there was some great content also yesterday from the Jake Gagan show. If you want to feel good about yourself for the day, and man, if somebody wants to give Jake a tip that I shouted him out on this, dude, the guy's stream is a party every single day. They're giving away tokens. Yesterday, they had somebody who reported that they had their tokens stolen, and Jake organized and restored the guy's tokens by the community donating. It was incredible. He's got music going. It's a different style from what I'm doing on my channel, but I actually really enjoy tuning in. You want to feel good about your day, or you're just feeling a little stressed, jump on with Jake for a minute. He really pump you up. CryptoDeb had some nice stream going this morning and was answering some big questions. She answered some of my questions. So CryptoDeb, thank you, and keep doing what you're doing. All right. In terms of this morning's live stream, I want to give you two of my major takeaways, but I would recommend that you go in and try to catch it for yourself the best you can. The dev team did have some big technical issues this morning, and the first live stream actually failed. They just couldn't get the technology to do what it's supposed to do, and that's the unfortunate side of all this amazing technology we have. But they did get it going, and so Russell, the Saitama guru, the COO of Saitama, talked a little bit, and he dropped some information that I think people kind of feel like, well, why is he pulling back like that? Why is he trying to lower the expectations? But he's being very, very realistic. He talks about the fact that these new major exchanges that we should be listed on soon, they're currently in the works, but that this may not be the long-term solution. It definitely isn't the long-term solution. That usually you'll get a little bit of a run-up and then they tend to pull back, or even they don't run up at all. So coming out of the SHIB community, I can remember when Shiba Swap launched, and man, I was so excited. I couldn't wait. And when I was able to make my purchase of SHIB and then stake my tokens, I was so elated. I was like euphoric over it. And I was confident, wow, this is just going to take off. It's really going to run. And quite frankly, since the launch of Shiba Swap, it has had its ups and downs, but it's relatively in the same spot that it was back then. So that wasn't the final solution. And SHIB Army, no disrespect, there's some great things coming there. They've got a strong development team. They've got some NFTs they'll be launching soon. And they've got a game too that's coming. So I think they're doing big things. No lost love there. But I think Russ is right. Don't put all your eggs in that basket. And really, is that your end game? He talks about this, how there's a lot of tokens, that's their whole goal. They just want to get the token out there, try to get enough interest in it to get it listed, and then that's kind of as far as the development goes. This is going to be much more than that. We know we've got the Saitamask wallet. Inside Saitamask, there's going to be education components, there's going to be game potential, there's NFT stuff coming, and Gabriel talks a little bit about that. So, It's a great AMA. I think there's some good information there. If you have time to catch it, hey, if they're long streams, my tip is put your speed at 1.5. Just go into the settings and turn your playback speed to 1.5. You'll get through the content a little faster. And it's really, once your brain adjusts to the speed, it's pretty easy to keep up. A big faith moment happened for me in the stream this morning. So this gentleman in the middle of the screen here, Gabriel is a software guy, and he's the one that's created some of the beautiful NFTs that you can see on the Saitama Token website. He's talks about some of the NFTs he's designing right now, but he dropped what, in my opinion, was the biggest bomb of the AMA today, when he talked about the fact that he's leaving his job, a job that he's had for 10 years, something that he's very stable in, and I'm sure somebody with his type of skill set is probably doing very well there, but he's leaving that job and going full-time with Saitama. So ask yourself, what kind of faith does he have in this project? I kind of likened it to, you've got Cortez burning the boats. He comes to the New World, and what happened after he burned the boats was atrocity, of course, but it showed a level of commitment. One of my old favorite little analogies was, what's the difference between pigs and chicken when it comes to breakfast? The chicken is participating in breakfast, but the pig is committed. So Gabriel went full hog on that one. He's committed to the project, and it increases my faith in the project. So Gabriel, thank you. We love what you're doing. Before I get into rewards, I wanted to show you a comment out of the community and just address this really quick because it can be definitely very frustrating. So this gentleman, Mario Alves, is talking about trying to make a purchase on MetaMask and continuing to have his transaction fail. So he's saying you can't buy more ETH or swap for Saitama. This is one of the most frustrating things that can happen. Okay, this happened to me when I was using Shiba Swap, trying to buy, I believe I was trying to buy some leash so that I could put money into the liquidity pools. And you try to make your purchase, the purchase fails, but you still end up getting stuck with the gas fees. And by the time I was done, I believe that I ended up losing somewhere in the neighborhood of about $150 in fees that are just gone. It's so frustrating. So my suggestion to Mario was make sure that your slippage has increased. And if you look at the Saitama website or the tutorial video that I made, you'll see that you have to go into the settings and increase your slippage. In the Saitama website, I believe they recommend between 5 and 10%. So let me just show you where that is here. Nope. I think I shot right past it. All right. No, there's the step-by-step. It must be further down. Well, this is why you do your research, folks, before you start your there it is right there, before you start your videos. Okay, so it does talk about in the upper right-hand corner, set the slippage tolerance to between 5 and 10%. This is important to keep your transaction from being overrun by other orders. So that was my suggestion to Mario, and I don't know how that panned out for him, but it is key that you adjust your slippage. And if you do have a failed transaction, man, it's tough. And I essentially, he's like, are you sure? I mean, he's tentative because it's been burned. And I'm saying I can't say with 100% certainty, but that's what worked for me when I had that problem, and that I'd put it out to the community. So if you guys have had this issue happen to you and you have a solution or something that you tried that seemed to correct the problem, if you would post that in the comments, Mario, that will help Mario out to be able to complete his transaction. Mario, I'm sorry you had that experience. It absolutely is horribly frustrating. All right, final thing of the day, I'm going to show you my Coinbase wallet, and then we'll look at rewards. So currently I am holding 1,036,826,187,000 Saitama tokens. And in the last little less than 24 hours, I have received, come on, buddy, there we are, 133 million tokens in rewards. So for those of you who aren't aware, there is a reward system in Saitama. If you're a holder of Saitama, anytime anybody buys or sells Saitama, 2% of that transaction is withheld and burned, so the token supply decreases, and 2% of that transaction is redistributed to all the holders of Saitama. So this Stacker tracker is my tracking system to just count my tokens. In the last 30 days, I have received 8 billion tokens. That's a new milestone for me. At today's prices, that's about $100 in rewards in a month. And so one of my favorite features, folks, if you want to track your own tokens, there is a link in the description so you can get the Stacker tracker for yourself. The spreadsheet will be locked. You just have to click File, make a copy, rename it, and it should be open and available for your use. Folks, I hope you're having a wonderful day. There's a lot of good things going on in the community. Let's keep the positivity and the momentum going. And check back with me tomorrow, and we'll all watch our stacks grow together. Have a great day, everybody.